Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. All right. We have got a special guest this morning. We're just waiting for him to join in. And there he is.
Hey there.
Awesome. Good morning. Good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning. I'm well. How are you, Lavalle?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for coming on this morning.
I'm glad to be
Um,
here.
for those of you that don't know, this is Wake Up and Get Wealthy. My trusty co-host is out. I'm a little bit jealous, but we've got a great show for you this morning, and we've got a great guest. This is Mr. Will Amason. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you. I'm doing well.
Good, good, good. Will, tell us a little bit of history about yourself, and how long you've been in the industry, and and what do you do?
Yeah, good. Well, you and I know each other from a little bit of way back. So
Yeah.
I've actually been in the fitness industry for over 30 years. And I have been a group fitness instructor pretty much at most of the fitness clubs here in the Dallas location. I'm pretty new to the J as well, so I'm excited to be a part of the program. I've known Terry for that long as well. Terry Aarons and I go way back, and we've have worked together for a very long time. So I teach all different types of fitness classes, but I guess about I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, I started getting involved in meditation and the wellness approach and rejuvenation. And as I'm getting older, 30 years, if I started 30 years ago, hey, I must be old, right?
Right.
So, there comes a time when your body just needs to stay well, to stay
Hmm.
healthy without doing burpees and jumping jacks and looking at ways to stay fit. And so I started exploring alternative ways to keep the body healthy and whole. Nutrition is one aspect, but the other thing that's really popular is something called mindfulness. And that's been a buzzword in our community for a while. Our mindset, what we're thinking on, our attitude, how we go through our day is so important. And exploring mindfulness and rejuvenation just led me naturally into meditation. So that's kind of how my story got into meditation.
Well, I think that's perfect for like the times now because we know, it's a lot of stressful situations going on, not just internally with our own daily lives of raising kids and or and pets and all types of things that we have to do work. But then, with all the external stuff that's going on,
Yeah.
pandemic and just a bunch of this stuff. So I think it's really, really key for us to be in a spot where we can just de-stress, right? And meditation, from what I understand, is a good way to do that.
It is. You're absolutely right. 2020 has been a challenging year for everyone. Doesn't matter who you are.
Right.
Your life has been affected somehow, some way with the world events. So the world events, if you're not careful, can lead to uncontrollable stress. And this can be unconscious. You think you're handling it well, but all the events, the change that's happening, the way that we're living our life now as opposed to 6 months ago is very, very different. And what happens when you encounter so much stress, there's a lot of biological functions that tend to shift. And one of those is a increase in your cortisol levels,
Hmm.
which is a hormone that's a byproduct of stress.
Make sure everyone has a mask before coming inside.
We really know that we're stressed.
Right.
So meditation is a way to combat that stress. And there's an organization, and I encourage our listeners and viewers to kind of explore. It's called the Heart Math Institute. And they've done some really interesting studies on the heart and the brain and how to reduce stress. And there's something called heart-brain coherence.
Okay.
And that's when you get your heart in a state of gratitude, a state of well-being, a state of where you're passionate. It's bringing up a positive emotion. And when you get calm through meditation and you create something that's called heart coherence and you control your breathing, it sends a signal to your brain to start releasing dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, all of these positive neurochemicals that keep our mood elevated and keep cortisol levels low. And what's interesting, Lavalle, is 3 to 6 minutes of staying in a zone of heart coherence with a positive emotion, the brain will crank out these positive neurochemicals up to 6 hours. So you do 3 to 6 minutes of meditation will yield 6 hours of positive benefits of keeping your hormones in balance and keeping your mood elevated. So I think that's a great investment, right? 3 to 6 minutes of meditation.
I wish I could do that with my workouts. That would be great. Yeah. 3 to 6 minutes.
It's a great investment of your time.
That is. So I mean, I know you do a lot of different types of meditation. So that's you know, that's one of your kind of go-tos or favorites.
Yeah. So I'm glad you brought that question up, because there's lots of different types of meditations out there. And a lot of people may be familiar with TM or Transcendental Meditation has been around for a long time. And that's kind of an active / passive style of meditation where you have a tone or a syllable. Some people call it a mantra, but it's more of a tone. It's not a word. It's more of a sound or a resonance. And you focus on that resonating sound as you, to get into that mindless state to calm you down. The type of meditation that I find is really good for those who are wanting to start to meditate, for beginners, is a guided meditation, because the monkey mind is going around, and if you don't have something guiding you to kind of calm yourself down, you do that. So that's the style of meditation that I've been leading, as a guided meditation.
Okay.
And in a guided meditation, your coach is guiding you through body awareness signals, like allow your forehead to relax. Now allow your eyebrows to relax and your toes. And when you go into sensing mode and you just put your attention in certain areas of your body, just going down from head to toe, that sensing puts your brainwave frequency in the alpha or theta brainwave frequency, which is a lower brainwave frequency. And you just naturally start to calm down as you sense different parts of your body. So the very first part of a guided meditation is to take you through that body awareness and consciously or unconsciously focus on different body parts. And as you sense them, your brainwave shows down. In the yoga tradition, there's a style called Yoga Nidra. And it usually happens in the Shavasana, or the very end, where you're lying down in corpse pose. And the yoga instructor will take you through this process. It used to be a script that you read from, but it's basically the same thing, that you focus on different parts of the body from head to toe, and it gets you into a state of absolute calm. So most guided meditations start you off with something that will take you out of the beta brainwave frequency, which is where you and I are right now, which is anywhere from 14 to 28 cycles per second. We average around 20, 21. And as our brainwave frequencies slow down, we go from beta to alpha. And the alpha brainwave frequency is 7 to 14 cycles per second. And we average around 10 is ideal. And then like 3 to 7 cycles per second is the theta brainwave frequency. And that's where really deep experienced meditators, their brains kind of track in that way. And then, you know, a lot of newbies, you know, they can't stay in that zone. So they actually just go to sleep and they get it below 3 cycles per second. And that's delta, which is the sleep range. Now, there's something really interesting about the theta brainwave frequency. You have, it started with the beta, and you come down to alpha, and then theta, and then delta is the lowest. So in the theta, if you can see the theta between 3 to 7 seconds, there's a little doorway in there. And if you open the doorway, it's an access point to a whole different brainwave frequency called the gamma brainwave frequency. And that what's interesting is it's in the 55 to 60 cycles per second range. So it's really, really high. So experienced meditators like the Tibetan monks who get into these bliss states, they start in beta, they go down to alpha, they're in theta, and then something happens in theta where they go through this portal or this doorway and they move into this gamma brainwave frequency. And that is the creme de la creme, so to speak, of meditation. Is getting into that brainwave frequency. You're going to experience bliss states in there. So my goal, you know, as a meditative coach, is to get people who are inexperienced to get out of their beta into alpha. That's step one. We do that through sensing and relaxing. And then once your body's relaxed, I take your mind and I say, let's get out of the body and let's go on a journey. Let's imagine we're on the beach. Let's imagine the waves in the ocean. So you're no longer focusing on your body, you're focusing on your imagination, right? And when you're in that state, that's what takes you from alpha down to theta. And when you're really sensing, but you're not aware of your body at all, you're somewhere else. And then if you can get into that space and that theta, it just opens you up into that really bliss state if you let go. But you gotta stay in theta without going to sleep.
Wow. I mean, this is really mind blowing. This is really some interesting stuff. Somebody did have a question. Does the length of time for meditation matter?
Well, like I said earlier, you know, for the health benefits, if you can just get down into that heart coherence, that matters. You need to stay in it like up to 6 minutes is ideally. Staying in a really focused, ideal state will have that 6 hours of that physiological benefit. The longer that you can stay in meditation is really disciplining of how to get out of the workaday life, and you can immediately get there without sensing. But whether you're there an hour, whether you're there 20 minutes, whether you're there 10 minutes, just a few minutes a day is beneficial. Like I said, the minimum of 6 minutes is really all you need to have 6 hours of benefit.
Man, that is just awesome. That is just awesome. I can't wait. When do you come to the J? Because I definitely want to participate myself.
I'd love to. I think we've got some special events coming up on Sundays, but it's not going to be until July. So I think it's Sundays at 1 p.m. Will be the meditative experience. I think starts on the 12th, July 12th. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. And this was crazy informative. I mean, like I'm about to go look up the different brainwave frequencies. I didn't even know that was even possible. But
yeah.
Man.
Well, there's so much more to go to chat about meditation. You know, I'm just giving you just scraping the surface here. But you know, if you come to a meditation class, what you'll experience is typically you'll either be sitting up or lying down. And we typically go for about a 45-minute meditation. So it's kind of the first 10 minutes is more of a set the expectation, we set an intention, and I ask you to find something that you're grateful for. You know, because you want to have something that you remember from your past that opens your heart, and you think about that, and it just opens you up to a well of good feelings. And once you have that, we kind of hold on to that feeling, and I'll have you recall that. I'll take you through the guided relaxation, which takes about 10 minutes, and then I take you on a guided journey, you know, which puts you in the theta brainwave frequency. And then there's a moment in there that I'm going to probably just let you be still and just let you experience that bliss state, that silence. And that's that's where you want to hold that space without going to sleep, and then I'll guide you kind of back out of it. And then we usually share a little bit if people are open to it, because I find that after the meditation, there's a lot that goes on that you'll just sweep underneath the rug. But if you talk about it right after, it helps anchor it and brings it up to your conscious mind, because a lot of things can happen in a meditation, just like oh yeah, I saw that color, or this feeling came up, or I had this memory, or something like that.
Gotcha. So if I'm a newbie, the best way to get into it is to start out with a guided meditation instead of going on the internet and reading and trying to see if I can do something myself.
If doing something for yourself, there's lots of good apps out there as well. Calm is one of them. You can look on meditation apps and put in your earphones. But typically music, the apps will help you. And I forgot to mention, the type of music that I'm playing is coded to help your brainwave frequency also start to slow down. If you wear earphones when you meditate to music, it's going to be more helpful, because there's lots of different things that you can use. You can go on Spotify or Pandora or iTunes and look up meditation music, and you'd want to use the binaural beats. Binaural.
Okay.
And what happens is, if you want your brainwave frequency in that theta brainwave frequency, which I said 3 to 7 cycles per second, and you want your brain to be right at 5 cycles per second, right? You would put on this music that entrains your brain to stay at 5 cycles per second. So that's what's going to help you stay in that theta brainwave frequency. They also have music to keep you in the alpha brainwave frequency. So I recommend either the alpha or the theta. If you get delta, it's going to put you to sleep. That's for sleeping. Okay. So binaural beats, and kind of what happens is, say, you've got a frequency over here that's vibrating at 20 cycles per second in one ear, and then in the other ear you've got something that's at 15 cycles per second, and it's that difference of 20 and 15. The difference is 5 cycles per second, and that's how they create the binaural beats with the headphones. Is they create a frequency in one ear and a frequency in the other, and the difference between those two frequencies is the brainwave frequency you're trying to land at.
Okay.
And that works best with earphones. If you have it on your speakers in your room, you don't quite get that.
Yeah, you don't get that feel.
Yeah, so
right,
if you get binaural, make sure you're wearing your headphones.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, Will, I mean, dude, I'm so impressed, man. You are a wealth of information. I know we haven't even scratched the surface of what you really could dive into. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I just really want to thank you so much for coming on. I mean, this was really, really informative. I'm getting texts saying how great this was in the middle of it. So that's cool, man. So we're excited to have you, be a part of the family here at the J. We welcome you. Can't wait to see what's going to happen. I can't wait to actually participate.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for allowing me to come on this morning. It's been an honor to be part of the program, and I'm honored to be a part of the J. So hope to see you guys in a meditation class.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, bro. Have a good day.
All right. Ciao. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.